With 2 games to go in the season, we're on 57 points. We've already beaten Bournemouth's points tally of 51 points, but you know what? I want to push for Champions League for Eintracht Frankfurt. Hello guys, and welcome back to the 7th episode of Replicating Ranieri with Eintracht Frankfurt, where today we are playing our last 2 games with this club and our last 2 games in the Bundesliga. I'm so excited and I'm so pleased with how we have done with this team. Honestly, if you guys had all come in and said to me that I was going to finish 5th place this year, I would have said you are all lying. None of you guys expected me to do this well. I didn't expect me to do this well. We all know how terrible I am at this game, so realistically, this is a shock to everyone's system, but we don't mind this kind of a shock. Our last 2 games of the season are against Wolfsberg and Borussia Dortmund, so 2 very, very difficult squads. I mean, Wolfsberg not quite as hard as Borussia Dortmund, but away from home, I'm not feeling entirely confident that we'll get all 3 points, but we need to do it if we want to push for Champions League football, which would be an accomplishment and a half for this squad. This is the team. Wait, no, this isn't the team. No, close your eyes. No, you didn't see that. This is what has happened since last time out. The last game that we played was the one against Bayern Munich. Since then, we have won every single game, including a win against Wolfsberg that helped us go above them in the league up into 5th place. Now we can take a look at the team that we are going with for this game. Pretty standard 11, and you guys know all of them quite well. We might end up bringing in Silva on for Jovalic. You know what, I'm actually trying to pronounce his name for the first time ever, but he has done all right lately. He scored a goal in the last game and 2 goals in the game before that, so I think he certainly earned his place. So let's jump straight into it, and hopefully we can come away with all 3 points to keep our Champions League dream alive. Wolfsberg's squad is not at all a terrible one, but with them down in 9th place, you would really expect us to be able to pick up all 3 points, even if we are away from home. The man on the ball right now is Rolison. He's a great man for their 11, and hopefully he doesn't play too badly against us. If you can hear a noise in the background there, you might not be able to, but if you can, that's my garage door. Sorry about it. Him does score, and I'm too distracted by the noise in the background to even commentate it. Finally, this man looks like he's firing once again. It's a little bit late in the season, but we will take it nonetheless. 2 goals in the last 2 games, and he puts us 1-0 up very early in this match. And now Bernardo, the man that used to play for us for Brighton back in the rebuilding Brighton series, tries to take a hit, but luckily for us, Trapp is a wonderful goalkeeper. Our captain, the man in between the sticks, doing a great job there, and we stay 1-0 up. But with the statistics showing that they are really coming into it, I don't know how much longer that will be for, despite having 59% of possession on them. 30 minutes gone and we have another chance. Maybe we can add to our tally here as we try and clear it forward, but it is Wolfsberg's chance at the end, and now we are going to have to defend quite well to stop them from scoring. They have been getting a lot more shots, and I have considered a tactical change, but so far I've kind of just been a little bit too nervous to make a change. But maybe I'm doing the right thing and not making a change, as I've seen him from an offside position, I will say, still manages to hit the post either way, and now they have a corner. It goes into the right area, it bounces out around the right sort of area for them, but we do get it, and Campbell might be able to create an attack here if my laptop will stop glitching and actually show the footage. Marcus Alonso on the ball, clearing it over to Da Costa. Da Costa, play it to the man who's playing at the back, but no, he doesn't notice him, and we keep going with it. Da Costa running into the middle, surely he'll cross it. He does, and unfortunately our Serbian striker hasn't put it into the back of the net. You know, I've stopped. I tried once to pronounce his name. I don't think I did the best job ever, so that's probably the only time I'm ever going to try it. Him on the ball, looking for a second goal of the match, and it curls just wide. But again, very good signs, and actually, I don't think I feel the need to change this tactical setup. Right now we are doing quite well with it, and another chance does come our way. Eventually it is cleared out, and Wolfsberg might be the team that are going to have the chance at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what is that? And they do score. Of course, as soon as I say that we don't need to change our tactics, they score. That is absolutely typical. Oh, just disappointing from the team, but I mean, it's me. I jinxed it. I should have touched the wood next to my table. Next to my table? Next to my bed. On my table. That's what I'm trying to say. Just learn English, man. I know that we're in Germany, but English is the language that we're speaking right now, so focus on that. Wolfsberg are unlucky to not add to their tally there, but luckily for us, we do keep it out, and it is still 1-1. Probably not the scoreline that I wanted going into half-time, but if we can score a goal here and put it to 2-1, I'll certainly be happy with the first half performance. It goes into the right area. Unfortunately, no one's there to pick it up, and Wolfsberg look like they're going to break away again, and I have a small feeling that this is going to be a goal. Let's sit back, relax, and hope that we can make a tackle, and we do. Surely, this chance has been going on for so long, and often that means we get a goal at the end of it. But again, Osimhen in a great position, but can't put it into the back of the net. 5 minutes to go in this half, and it has been an action-packed one, and I think it is going to end at 1-1. Maybe we should change it to a more positive approach. I don't know. Screw it, why not? Honestly, I just feel like because we've got more of the possession, doing that might be a good idea. I'm going to say that I'm not happy with the performance, just to try and fire them up. Obviously, a few of them are a little bit disappointed with that because we are away from home at a solid squad, home stadium, but we do want to come away with all 3 points here, and even if we only come away with 1 point, that is not enough to try and push us into that Champions League spot. But with them in the right sort of area, I thought we were going to come away with 0 points for a minute there. Looks like straight off the bat, they are coming at us with a lot of firepower in the second half. But we will have to ride it out and see what happens as the clock ticks away. 50 minutes gone. We'll meet back as soon as the next chance is here, and hopefully it is ours. Oh wait, it's here. Don't worry. I didn't even get a chance to, catch my breath, but that's okay. They're on the ball and they play it into the middle. We almost grab it back, but luckily for them, they get it straight back, and now they are creating another chance. Going for quite some time now. I don't really need to be seeing all of this jargon, but, they do come in with a shot eventually, a good save from Trapp, and it looks like it is going to be a corner for them. Probably going to lead to nothing. But, I'm touching wood, because last time I said that something was going fine, it all crumbled away, and now, luckily for us, it looks like they are going to be ending this chance with a good tackle from Ndikia, and now, I will take a wee break and make some substitution. Taking a look at the league table, if we do manage to get a goal to win the game, we will go above Mainz on goal difference. I think that's how it works in the Bundesliga. It might work slightly differently, but it looks like we could be able to go into a Champions League spot at the end of this match, but we do need to score. I'm going to make my last change. It's got to be. Arda Turan coming on. And he is going to play as an attacking midfielder on the attack mentality. Let's chuck onto an attacking mentality because why not? It's not like we have anything to lose. We do have so much to lose. We have a point advantage on Wolfsberg right now, which is quite nice to have. But I'm willing to risk it to see if we can come away with all 3 points in this match. 3 minutes of additional time. I've got a feeling nothing's going to happen. But if we have a highlight, it will be a very exciting last one, to say the least. 1 minute to go, but as the clock ticks away, I think that's all she wrote for this one. And an action-packed first half does end with a pretty disappointing second half. I'll tell the boys they were unlucky. They were unlucky, I guess. And we still have an opportunity to get into a Champions League spot. Obviously, 5th place wouldn't be the worst thing ever. And even if we do manage to get that, which I think is unlikely personally, because Wolfsberg are probably going to be able to win their last game of the season. Who are they playing? Let's take a look. They are playing... Oh no, they're not going to win it. Sweet. I think we've got 5th place in the bag. They're playing Bayer Leverkusen, who have won the league already. And we're playing Borussia Dortmund. In the unlikely circumstance that we're able to beat Borussia Dortmund, we might be able to go above Mainz, who are playing, again, I'm just checking who everyone's playing. They're playing Werder Bremen at home. I think 5th place is where we're going to finish, but we will keep an eye on the other scores in this last game of the season. Either way, we'd want to win it, regardless of how high we can go up the table, just to be positive and keep the points tally going to beat every other team that we try for this challenge. But right now, let's jump straight into the last game of the season against Borussia Dortmund, and fingers crossed we can get a win to push us into a Champions League spot. The last game of the Bundesliga season has come around, and we need to win it if we even stand with a chance. Stand with a chance, is that that correct English? I don't think it is. Even come in with a chance to beat Mainz and get Champions League football. This is the squad that we are going with. Yep, Arda Turan starting. The less said about that, the better. Unfortunately, a lot of players also have gotten suspensions. Two very key players to our squad, Indicia and Da Costa, both suspended. So Torre and Mascherano come in. Hopefully they can do a job, and hopefully we pick up all 3 points against Borussia Dortmund in the last game of the Bundesliga and our last game for Eintracht Frankfurt. Yeah, not a bad squad. Have to admit, that's a pretty good 11. And hopefully we will be able to break it down somehow. I mean, I'm not feeling increasingly confident, but you know what? You got to give it your best shot sometimes. Let's take it off recent events. No one really cares about that. And go into latest scores. The only thing I really care about is the stats, the table, and the latest scores on this last day of the season. We have an early opportunity, but eventually it is cleared out to the wonder kid. That is Haaland. But we do make a tackle, and it could be our chance yet. We put it into the middle. Adara Turan is on the ball. Have I said that now? Right? Adara? That doesn't sound right. Have I been saying his name wrong this whole time? Adara Turan. Adra Turan. Adara. I don't know. We almost scored there, by the way. Well, you hit the crossbar, and no, it is Arda Turan. I knew it wasn't Adara. Arda Turan. That makes more sense to me. Sorry, I just kind of needed to focus on that, I needed to focus on that before I could actually move on with the highlight. But we have another one straight afterwards. So this one, I promise I'll actually focus on. Toure on the ball, playing it back to Sal. And now we are able to whip it into the middle. Andre Silva in the right sort of area. And it comes out to Marcus Alonso to put it into the back of the net. 5 minutes gone. And we are 1-0 up against second place Borussia Dortmund. I think no matter what, they are finishing in second place. Yes, it is mathematically impossible for them to finish anywhere else. As things stand, we are above Mainz, but that is certainly the game that we're going to have to keep an eye on. And they're 1-0 down. What? No way. Come on. Surely we can hold on to this and get all 3 points. But with a scramble in the box there, we might not be able to do this. Come on. We need to make sure that we hold on to our lead. And a secondary thing is we need to make sure that Werder Bremen hold on to their league. We could have absolutely astounding scenes here today. And we could manage to get Champions League football for Eintracht Frankfurt. And now it is Borussia Dortmund coming straight back at us. They are on the ball, playing it around quite well. But just as I say that, we get it. And Osimhen is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Don't miss from here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Osimhen, come on. That was the chance. That was the chance to make me feel more comfortable. And I think it is Borussia Dortmund who are going to be coming back at us now. Jadon Sancho on the ball, looking to play it into the middle. And he does find Haaland. Oh, no. As soon as my dream sparks up into the air, it gets absolutely blown out of the mist. And blown out of the mist? What is this commentary? But either way, right now we are above Mainz, but I don't know how much longer that will stay. If they stay 1 goal down, oh no, actually we've gone straight back down. We're 1 point below them, so even if they lose their game and we draw, there's no way we're getting Champions League. I was thinking that my maths wasn't right, and with Haaland putting into the back of the net there, I think that we're probably going to have to accept that 5th or even 6th place is where we're going to finish at the end of the season. And now I want to check on the Wolfsberg game. Could we stop having opportunities? Could I have a minute to just check the scores of other games? Honestly, only 30 minutes gone. I feel like it's just go, go, go. And Mainz do manage to pick up a goal there. Maybe it won't matter either way. But Sancho is on the ball, and please don't add to your tally. Paslick on the ball, playing it into the middle, but a great save from Trapp. And if he didn't make that stop, then they would have gone into the back of the net with a good shot from Hazard, who is coming in at the far post. Osimhen is trying to get a goal back for us, and eventually it comes to Sal, but a good block that saves the goal surely for them. Means that we don't get another goal. Who are Wolfsberg playing? Oh yeah, that's right. They're playing Bayer Leverkusen. So surely they don't win that match. Oh, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. 3 minutes to go, and we do manage to have another chance, and it looks like, well, it looked for a second like it was going our way, but we carelessly kick it away, and now Jadon Sancho, again, out on that right side, is doing wonderful things on the ball. Well, not exactly wonderful things, he just did a wee pass back and a wee bit of a dribble, and now we are on the ball. Azim him, probably going to look to take a shot himself, should have played it into the middle, but, yeah, no, actually, I'm not even going to defend him. That was shocking. Azim Hen, you should have played it in. If they score here, it's your fault. It is your fault. It is your fault, Azim Hen. And luckily for you, they don't score. But Trapp almost puts it into the back of his own net as they hit the post. And it looks like we're going into the second half, 2-1 down. And I think that it just said that Bayer Leverkusen managed to get a 1-0 lead on Wolfsberg just before. So it probably is going to be a 5th place finish for us this season. Not the worst place ever, but we still need to try and win this game, and I'm going to say I want to see a much better showing from them in the second half. Statistically, we're doing well, but as far as putting the balls into the back of the net more than Borussia Dortmund, yeah, we're not doing so well, are we? And it might be time to think about making a substitution already. You know what? I'm going to do it, because I feel like that's what a good manager would do. We'll bring on, who will we bring on? Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that a good manager probably should have thought about before saying, we'll make a substitution. Let's bring on Danilo and take off Sal. Even though Sal has been a wonderful player for us this year, not even the best day at the office. So let's give this a crack and see if we can come away with another goal in this game. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to matter either way. Alright, technical difficulties. Don't think anything happened in that chance, as per usual. So, yeah, that's chill. But Wolfsberg have managed to equalise. So, they're going a point above us. Alright, I've suddenly become a Bayer Leverkusen supporter. And Mainz have added to their tally again. So, yep, Champions League football is out the door. And maybe even Europa League is out the door. We need to focus on our game though. Pasalak on the ball, playing it back to Dahoud. And he plays it over to, not going to try and pronounce that name. But he's giving away a penalty. That looks so soft. Come on. Say no to it. They never say no to it. But today, say no to it. Is my mic on? No, my mic's on. Now I'm just contemplating whether or not I've turned my mic on. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm going to go with it is. I'm not going to stop the recording. I'm going to go with it is. If this is terrible quality, I apologise. They've scored. Sorry, completely forgot about the penalty. I was more focused on the video. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this one. I'm not going to lie. But we could still finish 5th place if Bayer Leverkusen do what we need them to do. Because right now I think Wolfsberg are going to go on to 59 points and go above us. Actually, no. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Bayer Leverkusen had scored, and even if they hadn't, we would have still been above them on points. So my prediction was right. 5th place it is. Gosh, the amount of times I said 5th place in this episode is absolutely ridiculous. But Azim he might be able to add one last goal for us this season if he knew how to put more power in it than a mouse playing golf. But, that's fine. Not my problem next season. Probably should have made more substitutions this game. But either way, it is what it is. And it looks like we have finished the season in 5th place. I can fault everyone's performances. It doesn't matter. I'm not the manager anymore. I don't have to deal with this kind of stuff. We are going to confirm right now that 5th place is where we have finished. And that gives them Europa League football, which is pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't have expected that at the start of the season. Europa Cup is what they call it. Who's the defending champions, actually? RB Leipzig or Roma. I mean, it's not like we're ever going to play it in this series, but it's nice to find out stuff going on in the footballing world. We are going to take a look. Hang on, sorry, I just missed that. $60 million. That goes very nicely into the finances. Let's take a look at them. I mean, it's already a rich club, but they just became quite a bit richer. So don't mind that at all. Let's simulate forward a couple of days and go into the player awards, and then we will take a look at how we did this season in comparison to last season with Bournemouth and create the leaderboard for the Replicating Ranieri series. we have got some players inducted into the best 11 for Eintracht Frankfurt. I don't know who was already there, but some of them are new signings. So Azim Hen certainly has been inducted, as well as Campbell and Alonso and Koch, actually. So pretty good stuff from our team. Actually, it does say right there who's been inducted, but realistically, I think the best player for the season for me was probably Azim Hen. I think he's going to be the one to... Actually, no. Marcus Alonso. I think he deserves it. 4 goals, 10 assists. He's been a rocket left back. Let's take a look at who has won it. And it is Kevin Campbell with 45%. What? That's not what I was expecting. How's he done this season? 1 goal, 4 assists. I mean, he's not been bad, but, I mean, all right then. The signing of the season obviously is Campbell, and the young player of the season is Azim Hen. This is what they reckon is the team of the season. I couldn't agree with that squad more, actually. Every single one of those players, I think, have done brilliantly in their position, and every one of them have earned their right to be in that best 11. Let's take a look at the stats. Our top goal scorer is Azim Hen, highest average rating Campbell, most assists Alonso, and the best pass completion is Kevin Trapp, which is a little bit worrying considering he's our goalkeeper, but either way, we do not mind that. Season review, of course you're going to be happy with how we did this season. The board delighted with the current vision for the club progress. We have already qualified for the Euro League 4 years ahead of schedule, and we do not mind that at all. Let's just accept the current vision because we're not going to be here next year. What else should we do? Oh, actually, there's nothing else that we need to do. No one has actually managed to win the Bundesliga Player of the Year or anything like that. Let's actually take a look at who has won those awards. I mean, obviously none of our players, but I would like to have thought that some of our players might have been within a chance to win that. Actually, they haven't come out yet, so we'll take a look at those in a couple of days, and then we will take a look at the leaderboard. I know you guys are all waiting for that, but let's simulate forward and see what happens with those. Probably nothing going to happen, but it's worth taking a look at. Alright, yeah, slightly anticlimactic, but, you know, we didn't win anything. Boytes managed to win the Player of the Year, though, but, you know, nothing for me, nothing for the club. Little insulted, but I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. If we take a look at the stats, just to wrap it up, we have had some players up there, but no one unfortunately managed to win anything. No, I don't want to see this guy. Come on. In assists, Marcus Alonso came 4th. Top goal scorer was 4th place for Azim Hen. And, I mean, everything else no one really cares about. If you want to take a look at them, I'll go through all of them. Click on them, you can take a look. Oh, Kevin Campbell got most key passes. So that's why he won the player of the season, clearly. I think it was the fans' player of the season, actually, come to think of it. But you know what? It is time, finally, to take a look at the leaderboard. The first time we're going to take a look at it, and let's jump straight into it. As you all might have guessed by now, Eintracht Frankfurt have managed to beat Bournemouth. We finished 5th with Eintracht Frankfurt and only 10th with Bournemouth, so we did a significant amount better. We managed to get 58 points for Eintracht Frankfurt and only 51 for Bournemouth. However, that doesn't even take into account the fact that the Bundesliga has fewer games than the Premier League. So we have 1.7 points per game for Eintracht Frankfurt and only 1.3 for Bournemouth. So we have certainly gotten better in the second season. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. Eintracht Frankfurt are my personal favourite side that we have so far, but obviously there's only been 2 squads. But hopefully in the future we can go on and beat that Eintracht Frankfurt score and eventually win the league with a club. But unfortunately, guys, our time at Eintracht Frankfurt has come to an end. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy it and you're excited for next season, like and subscribe so that you don't miss a single Football Manager video on this channel. I've loved my time here, but there's only one thing left to do, and that is resign. Not retire. Yeah, okay, I can't even do an outro properly. Resign. And the job hunt begins.